to Mac Attack 294 Scott Pilgrim versus the World, the game Let's Play. And as you can see, I'm already putting in cheat codes in for the game, just for your entertainment. So let's kick off with campaign. Oh, and I almost forgot. Buddy, let's get this Let's Play going, boys! Now, as you can see, I activated the Sword of Love, which is, through the Xbox version, is XXXABAY. And of course, I've ditched it right after I finish taking down some bad guys, because I'm not going to abuse the darn thing. And so we start off as Campaign, high school girlfriend of Scott Pilgrim, my personal favorite character of the whole group, and drummer for the band Scott Pilgrim is in, which is known as Sex Bomb. And yes, its entire game is nothing but video game references. I guess I could go into a little bit of Campaign's personality. Campaign normally has a don't give a crap attitude when in the modern times, but back then she was just a regular old person. And before Scott dated her, she was actually dating somebody else. Of course, according to Scott, I mean, he was a big total jerk off and had Campaign held hostage. And my favorite, the way I'm recording this, the frame rate stinks. And of course, you probably won't be able to see it afterwards. Just gonna move on, Cam. Thank you. And I do believe I just called Knives' dad, Mr. Chow. He is an unlockable character you find randomly on stage. Beat him, and he's there as a sub character for you. Of course, I was trying to go for Knives, but I ended up getting Mr. Chow instead. But I do believe I called Knives somewhere around here. If only the frame would stop skipping on my video. Okay, those... Oh, yeah. By the way, I have all the characters maxed out at max, so yeah. Bye. I think I just called... Oh yeah, that door I was kicking and punching, that's a subspace. Don't worry, we'll be going into it. I accidentally show it off. Oh yeah, and I also use Knives. And the main nitpick of the game is that they consider Campaign and Knives gay, even though they're not. Because in the comic book, there was just one scene, and that was it. And they decided to use it for the entire game, which I consider not the best option. And so, out of my stupidity, I end up going back to show off what you would have seen if I had not taken the door. In other words, small boy! Got to actually write a script. There's no way I'm just going to keep on babbling. guess I should do. Yeah. Okay. For the controls, X is to punch, weak punch. Y is the strong punch. A is to jump. Hit A again for a double jump. B is guard. If you're near an item, hit the X button and you'll pick it up. To throw it, you hit Y. To attack people with the item, just use the X button. LB is to summon your sub-character. RB is to have a gut attack. And here I show off no account video, and if you pay off Scott's late fee, you get to have extra items. Like, I'm the mystical head, I am literally buying, one-ups. And of course I go into the shop to heal up. I accidentally said take one to go. So I'm trying to max out my score. Not score, max out my health. Oh, it actually raises my defense too. Nice. Even though I'm already at max stats. Heck, I'll show you when I get to our third character in the game. And I go off to show some of Kim's friends with a big lug behind me. Tailing behind me. Sorry guys, but I'm not gonna name off every single character. All I know is that guy's name is Joseph, if I'm correct. If not, then please ignore what I'm saying. That's young Neil. Running off, you see other Scott and Joseph. They're both gay. Well, yeah, there they are. For the big lugs, you have to use the strong attack because they'll block off all the small attacks. Make sure you dodge the bugs, Cam. That character sitting in the background with the bags is actually Knives' mom. You'll be seeing her more often when well, you'll see. Now, like everyone else, I am a big Scott Pilgrim fan. I've read all the books, I have the movie. The only thing I'm missing is the soundtrack, pretty much. And you can see some Pac-Man ghosts on the wall in the background. And here's a secret shop for you to see. Wallace Wells' shop. Where you can get Ambrosia, Bionic Arm, I don't know what that one is. I'm guessing Bionic Commando, maybe. Never Ending Fantasy, which is Final Fantasy. The thing is, the reason why Final Fantasy is never ending is because the reason why it was called Final Fantasy was that Square Enix was actually going bankrupt, and Final Fantasy was their last-ditch effort to get a good game going out. And then the last one is Speedy the Porcupine, and if you've been living under a rock for the past 21 years, it's a reference to Sonic the Hedgehog. Now we take another subspace highway, and hey, what's the sword doing there? Oh well, I guess I'll use it to grind some money before I go off. Come on, Kim, actually hit the stinking pigs. Of course, now I'm money collecting. Money. Without money, you really won't max out your score, get level ups, etc., etc. Now, I haven't shown this off yet, but if the character is flashing and you start hitting somebody, you'll lock into a 64-hit combo. And if you have multiples, it could go up to the 700s. Oh, and an actual nerd will know this. One, the subspace, the subspace is supposed to be, like the warped, like the subspace in Mario 2, even though not, Ramona says it's not really. We'll get to Ramona when we get to her. Let's see. If you hit those dollar blocks 12 times, you get all that money. And see, look, I just stitched the sword. Fun fact, this place is the toilet. And another fun fact, Crash and the Boys is also based off of a video game called Crash and the Boys. Now we get into a... Oh look, there's Stacy Pilgrim, Scott's younger sister, or older sister, one of the two. It's his older sister. And our first boss is Matthew Patel, Ramona's first evil ex-boyfriend. And of course, pirates are also in this year. Haven't you heard? Now, I was trying to own Matthew as fast as I could, but I wasn't able to. So you get to see off his demon hipster chicks and all that. Matthew Patel was pretty much used for Ramona to get rid of those jocks that were trying to hit on her. And of course, after a while, she just kept dumped them. Fun fact, if you hold X down after you beat a boss, you actually do a little taunt. Now what I won't be showing off is the special move when you have two characters on at the same time. Unless I have my cousin over and I decide to re-record it. But if you hold down the X, each character has a little taunt move. And of course, Kim and Steven still do nothing while Ramona and Scott are kissing. And now time for the star of the show! Of course, I have to go back to the main menu. And... we start playing as Scott Pilgrim, the star of the game, pretty much. Now, Scott Pilgrim dated Ramona Flowers in high school, a little bit timid, and emotionally unstable throughout the entire series. He was originally dating Knives Chow, who was 17 at the time. 17 at the time, until he met Ramona. And of course, when he met Ramona, he was having a dream. Oh, hold off. One of them is Kim's friend from No Account Video. The other one is I think it's Julie. No, not Julie. Her name will come to me eventually. But the girl I'm confused with, liked Scott in high school, but was too shy to admit it. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And you're dead. Michael Bay, what are you doing in my game? Well, Michael Bay was actually the director of the Scott Pilgrim movie. And the Transformers movie, might I add. And let the hate comments commence, but I like 2 out of the 3 Transformers movies that Michael Bay has done. Why people hate it, I have no idea. When the cartoons do focus on characters, but not as heavily. But without the human characters, how will the Autobots win the battles? They always have human help there to get them out of certain binds. And if anybody starts dissing Optimus's voice, Peter Cullen is the original voice of Optimus Prime. He just aged through the years. The voice in the Transformers movies is the original Optimus Prime voice. But enough about Transformers. Let's get back into Scott Pilgrim. Now we're on to the second Evil X, but time for some more Indiana Jones references. References. Ugh. Anyways, what you have to do is defeat these Godzilla-ish enemies, and there's knives again. I still have no clue what the heck that does, even though it deals them 6 damage. But I don't know if they have to be within the line of fire, or at least somewhere near her. But this, you get a bunch of money. The bad part is... oh my gosh, we're being chased by a spiked wall! The funny thing is, that's the first time I ever broken that statue in one hit. And of course, here's Michael Bay again. Fun fact, Michael Bay used to use that sprite as his account for either Facebook or Twitter. Now, I just really hope that whoever's bright idea was to have the Ninja Turtles, which, by the way, have a new TV show, which I like already because of the humor. But I just hope that Michael Bay tries to hide the fact that the Turtles are aliens in the movie. But I don't think that's Michael Bay. I don't think that was Michael Bay's idea. I think people are giving him flack for something he probably had no control over in that department. Oh, and fun fact, in the first stage, if you do not jump up fast onto that ledge fast enough during the tunnel, you actually see that car run by. Gosh, I hate the paparazzi. One click of the camera and it stuns you. But off to the second evil ex-boyfriend, which is... oh, hey Scott. Hey Wallace. Hey young Neil. Lucas Lee, age unknown. Powers, look him up on the list. Now, Scott didn't have to fight Lucas Lee. What actually happened was, Lucas Lee said he would literally throw in the towel for all of the money Scott had, which wasn't very much at the time. But he was actually a nice guy, but Scott ended up tricking him into grinding down a rail way too fast and eventually killing him. And of course, the item we can't use because Scott did not get that skateboarding proficiency in literally middle school. But this is Magatox 294 signing off. Until next time, when we go to episode 2. Oh, and one more thing before I go. Look at Steven Steele's face. Like, I mean, look, it totally kills the mood. Or Kim still has that I don't give a crud look.